Good morning, doctor. My name is Heng Wei Jun and my matrix number is 281963. Today, I'm going to talk about the ethical lesson of the movie The Wall of Wall Street. There was different perspective found in this movie, such as the life and business perspective, and I have sorted down the lesson learned into three main categories, which is the behavioral, the moral concerns, and the corporate culture lessons. Let us start with the behavioral lessons. We can conclude from the movie that speedy rise is not good, whereby baby steps may be better in most cases. Next, the drugs can distract your attentions, reduce your awareness of the real situations and circumstances. Let us review the car scenes after Jordan drove it under the effect of drugs from the club to his home from just 1 mile. He did not realize what was happened or the magnitude of disasters that occurs during such short trip. Arriving at his home safely does not mean that no damage occurred, and that he will not eventually pay the price of such act later, even if he had been freed due to lack of evidence for his wrongful act. Sometimes no available options is good, and you have to choose between two undesirable ones. One should realize the real facts and choose the options with the least losses. The movie presented this notion well when Jordan could not accept quitting, declining his father's and lawyer's advice to step down while negotiating a deal to keep him out of a prison, and declared his staying at the last moment during his farewell speech. Actually, it was his golden and last survivor opportunity that he could not seize, ending up costing him greatly everything. So, do not forget to apply the cost-benefit analysis concept when sacrificing something for money. In the movie, Jordan became an entirely different person once getting involved in Wall Street. He divorced his first wife and became a drug addict. He was subject to huge amount of stress that had a clear negative impact on the way he treated people. Finally, he hurt the people who cared about him and whom he cares about. His life was not joyful as it might appear from outside. So one should not forget to cost he or she pays for attaining something. He should stay consistent about his or her value and resist temptations to deviate from them in his or her long journey for success and happiness. So the second category is the moral concerns. The movie strongly emphasizes on the notions that there are only two types of people who can reach riches and happiness. First is the tycoons who are untouchables, and there was a lot of gestures in the movie about them. Second was those who do not care about the ethics or legal constraints while climbing the social and success ladders. This is not realistic and not good at all. There actually should be other examples that reflects the spectrums of other types of people in reality. I believe that the message of the movie should not be either being unethical and act illegally to be rich and successful at your 26, or stay poor and miserable. The movie should highlight that such people do not become so rich at their 26, but have already reached a stable personal life, have promising career, and enjoying other life pleasures that really counts. What is worse from my perspective is the last scenes of the movie. It showed the officer in the train returning home late at night, reading about his case in a newspaper, then watching other people sharing him the trip back to their home after a long day. So all of them were miserable, look unhealthy and unhappy. The dimness of the scene adds some sort of dullness and emphasizes that the notions of the miserable life of a layman who is poor, tired and unhappy. Well, the last category is the corporate life and culture perspective. So, starting with a clear visions and goal settings, as a leader of any businesses, whether a CEO of a big corporate or a startup founder, you should have a clear visions for the company they are running. So you should possess the stamina to make it a reality, like in the movie what Jordan did. So Jordan started his own company from scratch and was able to take it off the ground to up. Besides, creates family and friendship bonds is also important. Real leaders should know the fact that being a good friends with their employees means that they will do anything for the company. Friendship creates trust, which is invaluable for enhancing the performance and creating loyalty. In the movie, the people that works for Jordan Belfort are willing to practically sacrifice their lives for him. One of the reasons is that the culture they created in the headquarters was extremely threatening. There were definitely consequences to this, but one benefit was that the people would do anything for him. So the company was extremely a well-connected community, and Belfort has strong individual relationships with most of his employees outside the context of the works, of course. This leads to more respect for him and a higher willingness for the employees to make sacrifice for the company. Next, creating a loyal team is important too. It might be a good idea to work with an old friend or colleague whom you know well and who like you, trusts you, and believes in your values. By doing so, you will reduce the risk of becoming betrayed or backstabbed by two-faced people. I noticed that the employees like Kenny Greens and Danny Porridge, they weren't the smartest guy around, but they were the long-term friends who were fiercely loyal to Jordan Belfort. Again, it is the trust which counts more for the success of any corporations. And you should open the door for the newcomers and never discriminate. Belfort did not depend only on his old friends, but he opened the doors for all newcomers to become part of the family once their loyalty to the company is assured. It is the notions of loyalty again that he believed so important. For putting more emphasis on this important value, let us review on what Jordan Belfort said in one of his impressive speeches to his team. He once said, "The very idea of Stratton's is that it doesn't matter what family you were born into, or what schools you went to, or whether or not you were voted most likely to succeed in your high school yearbook. The idea of Stratton's is that when you come here and step into the boardroom for this first time, you start your life anew. The very moment you walk through the door and pledge your loyalty to the firm, you become a part of the family and you become a Strattonite." Lastly, should use the power of diversity. The power of diversity, which fosters innovations and problem solving, ensures everyone to look at things from different perspectives. Diversity ensures that the company is healthy, where all the perspectives are presented and all solutions are explored. The movie presented this concept clearly if we notice that the completely different characters of Belfort and Porridge. They form a great team, though they were totally different. Belfort was a highly strategic leader with a high analytical mentality, while Porridge was emotional, short-sighted, but a good doer at the same time. So Jordan was a good leader, while Danny was a good follower. They were both good at different things, but together they were great combinations. I believe that diversity is a crucial factor for the success of any team, and seeking this out is a strong and prudent business decision. That's all from me. Thank you.